Hey Serena.
Hey Emily.
How's your day going?
Excellent, because Taylor Swift is the person of the year.
She is! Person of our year, person of everyone's
Person
year.
of my life.
Person of the people.
Person of the world.
That's exactly what she is.
Good.
Good. Glad to hear you're doing well. What song are you listening to?
So I know I'm a little late on this train here,
Great.
but I listened to the song Renegade for the first time.
Not for the first time.
Okay, it probably wasn't the first time I would imagine that I've given it a listen at some point, but it was the first time I really listened to it. I'm obsessed.
It's really good.
It's really excellent.
It's probably one of her best features, if not her best feature. Considering she sings the whole song, so
yeah,
but it's not her song.
It's her song, and she put it out under the guise of being a cover. Or not a cover, but a feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, it was the, like, You're Losing Me, like, being on streaming, and people were just talking about You're Losing Me and talking about other songs, and I kept seeing that name get brought up, and I'm like, I don't know this song. Like, I had heard of it, I obviously had probably listened to it at some point, but I didn't know it.
Okay.
So,
I was pretty fixated on it when it came out.
yeah, when did it come out?
Oh god. Months ago.
Okay. Well,
Before tour, I think.
it's now my number one pick for a surprise song. I mean, it'll probably
You think
change
she'll sing it?
700 times between now and then.
I've always wondered if she would sing Renegade though, because it's not her.
So I feel like if she wouldn't have reset songs, she would have had to have sung it. Just to,
She would run out of songs if she didn't reset songs.
Yeah, very true. Well, I don't know, because we have like vault tracks from Reputation, vault tracks from Debut. Yeah, she would have ran out of songs. There's not that many.
Mm-hmm.
But now, questionable. Probably not.
Yeah.
But nobody thought she was gonna sing "I Don't Want to Live Forever," and she did. So
That's true. That's not her song. So
true.
But yeah, I guess she probably did write Renegade. So
Yeah, I mean, she has writing credits on it.
yeah. Well, I don't think she's featured in a song unless she
Yeah,
I don't think she'll just go on for the hell of it.
right. So true.
I'm glad you're on board though, because that's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know how I just don't. Sometimes I just like live in the world of like, this is where I'm comfortable, and I'm just not like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not very often I listen to, like, new artists. I'm just not, like...
Have you heard the Alcott?
No.
Okay, that's next. It's not as good as Renegade, but I was like the same album.
Okay, I probably have heard it. Like, I'm not gonna say I've never heard it, but I've never given it the time.
Okay.
So, I'll add it to my list.
So next week when I say what have you been listening to, you're gonna say
It's gonna
the
say-
Alcott.
It's gonna say
The
that, yeah.
National.
Anyway, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to sorry, I was thinking.
The brain loading, which is
I know. I think I've said this before, and I'm just gonna say it again. I've been listening to The Great War, and apparently
No, because that was my second runner-up on songs to
yeah.
sing. Yeah?
Because you know why? I got my Spotify Wrapped back, and that was my most listened to Taylor song of the year, which is no surprise to
That, I was listening to that song in the car today on my way home, and it's just excellence.
It is. Favorite song on Midnights. It's I don't know what it is. It's just so addicting.
There's just something about it, because we have talked about this before, because I remember saying if there's no, that's not that song. Whoa, I was just almost quoted the wrong song. I was just said something from What It Could Have Should Have. But there's something in The Great War that just like, it's like the cadence of it that I'm obsessed with.
Yes, exactly. And it's been coming up a lot too with You're Losing Me and people seeing like kind of comparing.
Yeah, people trying to figure out the timeline.
Right. So
I will say I was quite shocked when Jack dropped that. I think that's in my notes for the month.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that in a second. I was ready for him to come on and be like, it was a typo. Sorry. Like, I was so convinced.
No, if that would have happened, I would have literally died, because he caused so much turmoil.
Yeah.
And if it was like an accident, I think if it was an accident and the date was wrong, which I don't think it is, but if it was, he would never say, because he's like, look what I just did.
Yeah.
I love Jack just always starting the pot.
Yeah.
My king.
For real. He literally is. Always starting the pot.
Alright, so we are going to recap the month
Oh, I was just looking for my phone. We're recording. Sorry.
of November in the day and times of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. It's been a long month, so buckle up.
Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this was only a month ago when I'm looking at the thing, and this feels like years ago.
Yeah.
So, November 1st,
Oh boy.
she gets announced as the #1 streaming artist on Spotify.
Yeah. #1 in the world. Look at her. She surpassed The Weeknd. The Weeknd was #1 for a long time.
Which is so strange to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have, like, if somebody said to me, Taylor Swift's #2, who do you think's #1? I wouldn't have said The Weeknd.
No, it's hard, but I feel like The Weeknd has a lot of, like, big hits. They probably have stands, but
I like The Weeknd. This isn't, like, a criticism. It's just, like, I didn't realize he was that relevant.
Yeah, I feel like it probably has a lot to do with, like, the playlist he's on, too. I feel like they make a lot of songs for, like,
True.
Playlist. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is shocking, but for her to surpass it, very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. And then we have November 2nd. She added 3 more tour dates to the Eras Tour in Vancouver.
Psychotic.
Yeah, also crazy. I have a friend that's going to a Vancouver show, and I'm very excited for him.
Yeah, that is very fun.
I would have been more... So I didn't even try to get tickets for Vancouver because I have no desire to go to Vancouver in December.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Or November, whenever it is.
Yeah.
I actually do think it is very early December, but I just hate the cold.
Yeah, I feel like it's cold up there in the summer.
Right. Like, I would... If it was in August, I would go. Because it would be chilly probably, but not freezing. But you lost me after December.
Well, that's okay.
I want to go to Vancouver. I think it's a really cool city. I want to go, but
yeah,
not in December.
That's okay. People who live in Vancouver can go to the show in Vancouver and have a great time.
Literally.
I also have written down that this was before the Argentina shows happened, obviously, but I saw on Twitter that people were already lined up for, and they had been lined up since like June or July.
I was just gonna say they had like this crazy. So when I read about this, and my source is Twitter. Okay, so take it with a grain of salt. But I read that they had this like crazy. So like how remember? Well, no, I don't know. I actually didn't talk about this extensively, but how like the 1975 fans have like a list with numbers and like they'd live, breathe, and die by the list. They were doing that, and there was like check-in times. Like
I think we talked about this.
Yeah,
on here.
Maybe we did.
Yeah,
and it was like crazy that like they didn't have to be there. People were not there 24 hours a day from July till.
It was like
November,
fan run, and the fans that were in charge, they had a system, and you had to like sleep on the street like X amount of nights to be counted toward it, and like it was just like this system of like if you stayed the longest kind of thing, you would get more priority for like being let in, which is wild.
And then I wonder how pissed they were when those gates got open and everybody just ran like a maniac.
It's awful
because that's not how it is at the 1975. His security guard stands there and makes everyone walk, which they need to do something about that. Somebody is going to get seriously hurt with that stampeding. They need to make people walk. Yeah. Or like it's so serious at the 1975. It's like walk or you get kicked out.
And it should be. I feel like it's like that at every show. It should be like that.
It should be like that. It's dangerous to have these people running like that.
Especially because now that she's international, all of the floor is general admission for most of her shows. Like there's no seating on the floor, so a lot of people are going to be lined up, and it's just going to keep happening.
I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest.
Yeah, my anxieties, I can't.
As someone that is going to an international show on the floor, I really hope some more safety precautions get put in place.
We'll see. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. November 3rd, Miss Ma'am is seen in New York City out to dinner with Miss Phoebe Bridgers, in this very cute Argyle sweater. Some loafers, it looks like.
I don't know anything about clothes. She looks nice.
It's a fit. I like it.
I don't.
I know this. It's not my favorite look of them all. I like the shoes. I like the fit of the pants. You lose me a little bit with the Argyle, but this Argyle sweater caused drama. People were freaking out about this sweater.
Why?
Because it's like connected to that whole theory that she wrote a book.
Oh, okay.
In the book, or
God forbid a woman wear Argyle,
or something, or she wrote the movie.
She's directing. Yeah. Well, I thought you were talking about something else because this sweater comes up a couple days later.
Oh.
But we'll see that in a second, I guess.
Okay. And then November 4th, Miss Ma'am is seen out again in New York with Miss Sophie Turner, Brittany Mahomes, Selena Gomez, Cara Delevingne, Gigi Hadid.
All her friends.
Quite the squad. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Brittany Mahomes and some of the other football wives were in New York because the Chiefs are playing the Giants. And the girlies, or no, I'm sorry, this isn't when they were playing the Giants. This is when they were playing in Germany. And all the girlies came to Taylor's house to watch the game on November 5th.
Yes.
Which is so fun and cute. I love to see it. So,
yes. Oh, you're right. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, it was Paige Bushell. I'm not sure how to say her last name. And Lindsay Bell and Brittany were all seen leaving her Tribeca apartment after the Chiefs overseas game that ends in a victory.
That's so sweet of her. They probably all couldn't travel over there, and she was like, "I'm gonna host."
Yeah, I love it.
And we were just talking about this, but like, in an article that like just came out, how Erin Dusner was like, "Yeah, she was cooking for us when I was over," and it just makes me like, oh, she has people over and she makes stuff for them. That's so nice.
It's so normal.
Yeah.
It's giving normal girl, and I love to see it.
I feel crazy for being obsessed with that fact, but I don't. Whatever.
It's cute. And then also on this day, November 5th. Did you have anything to add for November 4th, or was it just
that picture?
Okay. Also on November 5th, I have that she debuts at number 1 in the Billboard 200 with the biggest week in nearly a decade.
Yes. It's her 13th number 1 album.
Yeah.
I have some stats. 13th number 1 album. She sold 1.6 million units. This is for 1989, Taylor's version. She sold 1.6 million units, right behind Adele, who sold 3.5 of her album 25 in 2015, which is crazy. That's a crazy number. 3.5 million units for Adele. Insane.
It was the first time she put an album out in a very long time. It was like 4 years.
Okay.
And she had just gotten divorced. It was like a very highly anticipated album.
Wasn't that the last one she put out? Not 2015. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, the original 1989 only sold 1.2 million units, so this surpassed it. Oh, excuse me.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane that the re-recording is outselling the original. Has that happened across the board? Like, did that happen with Speak Now and Red too?
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure.
That just blows my mind.
Did they though? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe not. Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like they have. No, it is crazy, but it's also, I don't know. It's so encouraged with across like all artists these days to like just buy and pre-order physical music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there is not a single person that's selling physical records like she is.
No, there's not.
It's not even close.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Okay, what else? So for this day also I posted that there was a video posted of Taylor dancing to Shake It Off.
Yes, I saw that. This is all under November 5th. So.
Yeah. But it was the stolen version, which I thought was hilarious.
That is so funny.
She also officially liked the first post related to Travis on Instagram.
That she did. And it's always interesting to me when she likes posts on Instagram because she doesn't follow anyone.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it looks like when she goes into Instagram. I wonder if it just like brings up suggested posts to her.
Definitely does.
And I wonder if her Instagram algorithm popped this up on her. Her suggested, and she just had to.
That's true. I'd love to know. What does her like explore page look like?
Literally, it's probably all her.
Imagine
or
opening
cats.
Your explore page and it's just you.
Seeing your face.
Like, does she ever not feel like that's her? You know?
Yeah, I wonder if she does dissociate herself from herself sometimes.
Because, it's like the brand versus the person. I don't know. But the headline for that was Kansas City Chiefs win in Germany as Travis Kelce becomes new all-time leading receiver in franchise history.
Yeah.
She liked it.
Period.
So cute.
I love it. They're just proud of each other.
So proud. Okay. Yeah, that's it for that day, I think.
Okay. November 6th, I have Capital One drops a teaser for exclusive 1989 Taylor's version merch.
God, I forgot about all that.
It's announced that Dancing with the Stars is doing a celebration of Taylor episode.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The only thing I have for that day is that the USA Today officially hired their first full-time Taylor Swift reporter.
Yeah, he's a flop.
No, he's not. Take it back.
Please.
No, take it back. That's so mean. He's great. We love him now.
He hasn't done anything.
What do you mean? He just started the job.
Okay.
A month ago.
He's on shaky ground with me, but I won't. He's not. Maybe not.
I feel so bad for him. People were like, "It's a man," and he's like posting all these TikToks, like trying to like redeem himself and be like, "Oh,
I'm not upset that they hired a man. Whatever, that's fine. I'm upset that they hired someone that's clearly not really a Swiftie.
Well, I feel like you have to be like a level. They're not gonna hire a fangirl. You have to be a level of like professional.
True. And I believe he was probably the most qualified person for the journalism part of the job. Like, I had somebody send the article to me to like apply. I'm like, I'm not a journalist. I don't know anything about journalism. So in that sense, I do respect that he's a professional.
Yeah.
And
I also just think it's like, this is nothing against him, but USA Today for sure. I think it's the worst job in the entire world.
It's so weird, and it's to me, I'm like, what is this man going to do when the Eras Tour is over? He's out of a job.
Not really. Taylor's always doing stuff.
No, I know, but like...
Because she's such a big star, they're like really trying to keep track of her and kind of like report on things because people love to see it and people will consume anything about her. So it makes sense in that way, but it's also like, I can't imagine I studied journalism. I can't imagine like applying for a job like that, even as a big Taylor fan, and being like expected to be taken seriously for the rest of my career.
True.
You know what I mean? Which I think is a problem in itself. I think fangirls, in quotes, is like they're not taken as seriously as they should be in professional settings, but
yeah.
I don't know. So that's fascinating, Brian. Congratulations on your job.
Yeah. I wish you the best.
Yeah. Also, that Capital One teaser, I was pissed off because it took him 3 days to like
it
finally post.
It was November 8th.
Was it the next day?
Not the next day.
Okay.
It was the 6th and then the 8th.
So basically 3 days.
Whatever. You're right. It was the 3rd day.
Anyway, yeah, it was I was like, how dare you? I had their notifications on for 3 days.
No, I just turned their notifications off the other day because I realized
I
hadn't turned them off. They don't post that much, so I wasn't getting notified often. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't have anything down for the 7th, but you do.
Yeah, I just had that she posted on her story about voting. Voters gonna vote. It's election day. And that's the day that Brittany Mahomes posted the pictures of Taylor and friends on Instagram.
She posted a picture with her again this week.
So, very exciting. So, and that's kind of where we figured out that those pictures are from her little football party when they were in Germany, because they're all wearing the same stuff.
Yes.
So.
Correct.
And it's using the purple filter that Taylor uses. So.
I think it's funny that you call that purple.
What is it?
I don't see purple.
You're lying. Okay, maybe not in these photos exactly, but if she's using flash in like a dark room, the background is purple.
Okay, you're seeing purple in the darks.
Yeah, if you look at like the darks.
Yeah. Okay.
It's purple.
Sorry.
It's like a yellowy purple too, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yellow and purple are literally complete opposites, but okay. Like literally opposite from each other on the color wheel.
Yeah, but it can still be yellowy and purpley.
Okay. Yellowy purple. You heard it here first, folks.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it does look like she edited those pics and sent them in the group chat.
I looked it up though. There's a specific camera she uses, and I'm sure you know, like in digital cameras, sometimes they have like those filters, those automatic filters. Yeah. It's like filter number 1 or something. Vintage filter number 1.
Stop it.
That she uses.
Is it a film simulator that she uses?
What's that?
It's like a digital camera that has essentially like a preset built in to simulate film. Fujifilm makes them. They're pretty cool. My friend Riley has one and I want one really bad.
I don't know. I know it's a digital camera. But...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well.
November 8th.
November 8th. Damn. I have Capital One exclusive merch. Is a Stanley-esque cup. Tay gets announced as Apple Music of the Artist of the Year. Can I freaking English? Because the answer is no.
No.
And then I have one other thing that says, also on New Heights, Trav hints about heading to South America with Tay.
Yes.
Which, spoiler alert, he did.
What a time.
And it was a time.
That Capital One drop, I was so mad about.
Yeah, I literally gave it 20 minutes of my life and then said I'm done with this.
I gave it hours. I'm not kidding.
Once I saw that the back said Capital One on it, I was over.
You take it off with nail polish remover.
Oh, period.
That's what people were doing. Which, I don't know. But it's like a free thing and I think it's fun. I also won the red one that they did. And that was like cool.
What was it?
It was a puzzle, a mug.
A puzzle is cute.
A puzzle is cute. I haven't even opened it. But it's like the red TV cover.
Cute.
Yeah.
I should see if I can find that on my Facebook.
$4,000. Just kidding. I don't know.
No, but I did see that cup trying to be resold for
Oh, it did. I have on here that immediately resellers were charging $100 to $400 for that.
I saw it listed for more than that.
And that's just crazy to me.
It's a heinous...
They hadn't even gotten it yet in the mail, and they were already, like...
you're heinous.
Blows my mind. It's crazy. Anyway, okay, let's see. I have a couple things. Yeah, Travis hints on his podcast about going to Argentina. Taylor arrives in Argentina, and she's seen leaving the Four Seasons Hotel. She's also seen... Oh, this is when she's seen rehearse... Or she's heard... Listen... Fans hear her rehearsing for the tour.
Yes.
And she cut out in her rehearsal The Archer, Long Live, and Cardigan, and everyone was like, oh my god. Because this is the first time she was back since the film came out. And we thought that she had cut those songs from the set.
Yeah, possibly. I do remember this. People freaking out. I wonder why she didn't rehearse that. But it's kind of odd.
People were like, there's not much choreography. Maybe it's just like,
right,
you know, she just walks around basically.
Right, so she didn't really need to rehearse them.
Yeah, I don't know. Timing. I also don't want to rehearse a 3.5-hour show if I'm about to go perform it.
Right, and especially if like those 3 songs could easily be cut because she is kind of just standing there.
Yeah.
Singing.
Yep. And also a photo was posted of her going through customs in Argentina.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the picture right now. That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny? Every time she goes through customs, it's like someone leaks a photo. Like,
I've just never thought about the fact that, yes, she goes through customs like the rest of us. Mm-hmm. I wonder if she has global entry. She probably does.
Probably.
I just applied for global entry. I have my interview in 2 weeks.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to London next year. I'm also going to Mexico, so I was like, worth it.
How exciting. Yep, that's all I have for that day.
Perfect. Same. Okay. Then I don't know why if you're watching the video, I keep moving because I'm so uncomfortable right now. Taylor plays her first show in Argentina. Mm-hmm. The secret songs were The Very First Night and Labyrinth. Mm-hmm. There was a New Lover outfit. Mm-hmm. I have written down here New Midnight's outfit, but I don't feel like that's true.
That's not true.
That's not true, I lied. And then a Slut Deluxe plus piano version.
Yeah, acoustic. Crazy.
Was released. And I still have heard a clip from Twitter, and that's it. I heard her sing it on a live stream, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the day we thought she was gonna sing Slut as a surprise song because she had just released it acoustically. Which was so funny because she didn't. Yeah. Crazy. I also have on here, this is not related to Taylor, but Britney and Patrick Mahomes are photographed for Skims.
Oh my gosh, the uproar that this caused amongst Swifties is crazy.
Because Skims is Kim Kardashian's, is it like
It's like a loungewear brand. And you know what? I love it. I own many pieces from it, and I will.
I just thought it was so funny. People were like, I can't believe it. Like, if she really wants to be friends with Taylor, how dare she pose for this? And like, I know it was probably organized months ago, but she should have pulled herself from the campaign. Like, be actually so.
Like, do you understand that she's probably in a contract?
And also,
and Taylor would literally never tell her to stop taking pictures. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's the kind of psychotic fan behavior that I can't get behind. And then I'm like, when this kind of stuff happens, I tell myself that it's like 13 and 14-year-olds that are behaving this way, but it's not. It's grown-ass women, and you need to get it together.
It's the chronically online, but you can't, like, differentiate like, reality.
Go touch grass and buy yourself some Skims, because honestly, they're great.
Crazy. I also have on here that an Eras Tour app was created. It's fan-made. It's called Swift Alerts. And you can download it, and they alert you when Taylor goes on stage, when each era starts.
I'm a big fan of this app.
It's a really good app. It's fun.
And they also were keeping track of surprise songs and the time zones, and just a good vibe.
Yeah, I hate that it took so long for someone to make one, but I'm grateful that they did.
Yeah, I think it probably needed time to be done correctly. Yeah. I would imagine that making an app isn't really easy.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it is $2 now. They put it behind a paywall, which I think is more than reasonable. I mean, I paid it. I
saw many people complaining about this, and I'm like, guys, it's $2. You spend more than double that at Starbucks. Relax.
No, and it's lifetime access. Like, you're in it for at least a year.
And why does somebody have to create something and it be free for you to use?
It's so annoying.
And there are still features of it that are free if you don't want to pay the $2, I think.
Yeah.
Or no,
I don't think so. I think you do have to pay.
But whatever, I'm happy to give you I would have paid $10 for it, to be honest.
Yeah. But anyway, I love that. Good app. Download it. Swift Alert. I also have on here that Kelly Clarkson told E! News that Taylor sent her flowers because every time Taylor re-records an album, she sends Kelly Clarkson flowers for like thanking her for encouraging her to do it.
That is literally the sweetest thing I've ever seen. They mentioned that in the Time article.
Yeah, that's really nice.
How she said that every time she would see Kelly Clarkson, Kelly would tell her,
she'd be like, do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, and even though like Kelly didn't have to say that, Taylor would have done it anyway. I think it's still sweet that Taylor like acknowledges that she.
Because it probably did give her a little bit of like, okay, maybe this is the right move.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just need people in your corner.
So I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're on to November 10th. Taylor's show in Argentina gets postponed from Friday to Sunday due to flooding in the stadium. And Mr. Travis Kelce lands in Argentina. And they actually go out to dinner on Taylor's night off at the hotel because she had the night off.
Because she had the night off. Yeah. And he later said, no, just kidding. This was a different time. Yeah. Wait.
What are you talking about? How he said?
She like, oh no, that was the day after the show in Brazil when they didn't want to go out when the show was postponed.
It was, that he said that?
Yeah.
He said that on the podcast when it came out the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyway.
Also on November 10th, Grammy nominations came out.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor is up for Best Pop Solo Performance, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Duo Performance with Ice Spice for Karma, Album of the Year, and Best Pop Vocal Album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Midnights, obviously. And the songs are
Antihero and Karma.
So.
I'm excited. I do think this is one of those nuances that make it tough with Taylor is like she's probably going to win all of these. I don't know if I think she deserves all of them.
I don't think she deserves Album of the Year.
I don't either. And it's just like she's probably going to win just because...
I don't think she will though, because I don't think the Recording Academy wants her to win Album of the Year 4 times. She'll be the only person that's ever done that.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's tough competition this year too.
It is tough competition, and I think like things like the VMAs, like to me, I'm like when she just like goes in and sweeps everything up, it doesn't feel like she actually actually earned it. When it's just like, okay, we're just gonna hand her all these awards because, and the VMAs is whatever. It's notorious that VMAs are bought, not really earned. Like that's not.
I thought VMAs were fan voted.
They're fan voted, but they could be skewed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if they are completely fan voted, of course she's gonna win everything. Her fans are psychotic. Right. That's why I think the Grammys, she's not gonna win everything. I feel like it's a little more fair, like a little bit. I'm not saying like every single person who it's like super just.
But I also think that because this year was so big for her, that there is like it's a little skewed. I think
it's a tough thing.
And it's of course I want her to win.
Yeah.
Midnights was my album of the year. But I don't know. It's one of those things that I find to be kind of tough, and it's like sometimes I feel like the fandom just blindly is like she should win everything all the time, like but that's to me is like like that's not critical thinking. That's not like using our brains. Like she doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm excited. I love the Grammys.
Me too.
And if she does win all of them, I'll be clapping and cheering. I'm not saying I don't want her to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also just don't want her to win just because she had the best year of her life.
Yeah, same.
And that's all I have for this.
I have that this is when the sweater comes back up, the Argyle one.
Oh, yeah.
Erin Dessner posted a story like congratulating Taylor on the Grammy noms, and she is wearing that outfit that she wore when she was out with Phoebe Bridgers, but she's like in the studio, like at Long Pond, recording.
Can I see the picture closer? Because is it the exact same?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Same shoes and everything.
So people are like, that was the same day. She was seen with Phoebe. What does this mean? Were they going to Long Pond together? Like, you know, like all that stuff. So
I wonder if this is TS11 coded.
I don't know.
Because to me, the options are something for Phoebe, something for the National, TS11, or a debut vault track. Like, she's not recording a Reputation vault track.
Or Evermore Long Pond Studio.
I mean, that's the ultimate dream.
Just kidding. I know a lot of people are saying, they're like, it's so Evermore coded. I'm like, why? 'Cause she's wearing orange and it's fall. I'm confused.
Well,
so we'll see.
Actually, since she's wearing orange, it's probably Karma.
I thought that was interesting when that outfit popped back up. And we were like, wow.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because the Taylor Swift timeline is a mystery to all of us.
Truly. And I love when, like, the side characters just throw a wrench in for us. Like,
yeah.
Aaron could have picked literally any picture to post of her. And he picked that one.
It's a cute pic.
It is a cute pic. I like it. Okay. Next day, on November 11th, Trav attends the Eras Tour. He's seen in the VIP tent with Scott. She talks about the Grammys, does a little cute dance.
Yeah.
The secret songs are Is It Over Now and Out of the Woods in a song. Crazy. And she also sings Endgame. And this is the point of the show where I was like, this woman is insane and I love her, and it only gets worse. Because when she sang Endgame to Travis Kelce, I was crying, screaming, throwing up. And then this woman sings in the closer, Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Then she proceeds to run her little ass off the stage into his big arms and make out with him.
What a day.
And I also wrote, she's the craziest bitch on the planet.
Yeah.
That was in my notes.
Truly. Yeah, that was just a whirlwind. Crazy day to be a Swiftie.
It still feels fake to me.
Yeah. It was really nice to see him in the tent, singing along and like encouraging the
so cute.
The chair and her dad.
I cannot wait till next year when he can go to shows again.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Because after February, he's a free man until like June. He's got a good stretch of free time.
It'll be fun.
And in that stretch of free time, Sister's touring. So we're gonna see New Heights on the road. New Heights from the hotel.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
And I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else for that day that you have for now?
Nope. That's it.
Alright. And then on November 12th, she plays her rescheduled show. The secret songs were Better Than Revenge and Slut.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty regular show. Trav was not there. He had flown home at that point.
This was also the day everyone thought Reputation was getting announced.
One of the days of many.
Right. No, exactly. But this was like when surprise songs happened, the whole crowd was chanting Reputation. And Taylor looked confused. I don't think she could hear them. And once she figured out what they were saying, she kind of like rolled her eyes and says, now go stand in the corner and think about what you did. And I think it was like the perfect way to start.
To tell them to shut the
Better
hell
Than
up.
Revenge. Yeah, it was just that I felt bad for her in that.
I did too. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then after that show, she wasted no time, got on her plane in her Midnight's outfit, and flew home. The next day, on November 13th, she is seen out with Gracie Abrams in New York City in a cute little sleigh. I actually kind of think this outfit makes her look a little grandmothery.
Oh, I love it.
I don't dislike it, but she's wearing the same shoes as she was with the Argos sweater. And this day, also, the holiday merch collection dropped. Some clothes and tons of ornaments.
Yeah. It was a crazy day.
It was a crazy day.
3 p.m. Taylor Nation's like, get up, everybody.
Yeah, time to rise.
We're dropping
bombs.
everything. Dropping everything now.
Yeah. So, then we move on to November 14th, where she adds more London dates. Surprisingly, literally took people off the wait list and said, buy your tickets now, fools.
Like that morning. Like, tickets are on sale right now, by the way. You're off the wait list.
Crazy. And then Miss Gigi Hadid replied to a Perez Hilton Instagram post. And the headline was, Gigi Hadid doesn't agree with the way Taylor Swift is handling Travis Kelce romance. And she commented on it and said, I'm a couple days late to this tag, but didn't the press try this last week with Selena Let It Be? We're over the moon for our girl, period.
Funny.
Yeah.
Iconic. Love that. Love that. Keep defending her.
I love when her friends are just like, you guys are all idiots. And I don't have anything else for that day, do you?
I just have that a video was dropped of her rehearsing in Argentina, and she's like waving to nobody.
I'm so surprised that she rehearses in her costume.
I don't know. Yeah.
That surprises me. Anyway.
True, because I don't know. Yeah, performs every day, and I don't know. Yeah, but it was a funny video.
Yeah. Okay, then we have November 15th. And on November 15th, Entertainment Tonight, which is a known, reliable source for Miss Swift, dropped an article talking about how Taylor Swift's parents are expected to meet Travis Kelce's mom and dad at a Kansas City Chiefs game, which this didn't end up happening because of a series of unfortunate events, literally. And she ended up having a show on the day of that game, so she wasn't home to go. So the parents have yet to meet, maybe this month.
I feel like they've met. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they probably have met, but publicly.
Yeah.
On
the 15th, I have the Lover Snow Globe was added to her store.
Oh.
Randomly, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
This was also the day that everyone was digging up Travis's old tweets and making memes out of it, which I thought was funny. One of the best days on Twitter this year, I think, to be a Swiftie.
No, literally, the highlight of that is that this is a spoiler alert for December, but they were seen at a Chiefs like holiday party, and all of the couples were in matching outfits, and they were in a squirrel sweater.
Yeah,
Because,
allegedly.
No, they were. I saw pictures.
Allegedly.
I allegedly saw pictures. And that's funny because Travis can't spell the word squirrel.
It's insane.
In his defense,
don't ask me how to spell the word squirrel. Don't ask. I don't know.
I think it's Squirrel.
I feel like there's 2 R's.
Is it 2 R's? I wasn't sure.
I don't know. But yeah, that was a funny day. I don't know what prompted someone to start digging up his old tweets, but it's like someone made the point of like, you don't understand how Twitter was back then unless you were there. Like in 2009, 2010,
agree.
It was
mindless thoughts.
Whatever the hell you wanted.
The first thing that came to your brain, you tweet. The tweets, I was literally laughing because I'm like, this is how I tweeted in high school.
That's why I mass deleted my tweets from before 2014.
I deleted my entire Twitter.
Because I couldn't,
I
was like,
all over.
I had, I think, 200,000 tweets, and it was just me being like, eating a cookie.
The amount of idiotic thoughts.
It was crazy. But I love that he kept them up. Like,
I think it's so fun. And he said on the podcast that after this all happened, Jason was busting him about it, and they were laughing about it. Like, it was all in good fun. And he was like, I had been thinking about deleting those tweets for years, and I've just never gotten around to doing it. And of course now, I wish I did.
I love it. It made him more likable. It made everyone like...
Yeah.
Because it wasn't anything bad. He never, whatever. And the last thing I have for that day is this is when we find out that in Brazil, they did a projection on the Christ the Redeemer statue of the Junior Jules shirt.
Yeah.
And we saw that was like officially a thing. And, the Swifties raised money and were able to get it projected.
That's so sweet. I know that has a lot of cultural meaning to them, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's very common, though, that they project things on there.
Yeah, they do it for a lot of, like, big events.
Which I didn't realize at first, and I was like, that's I don't like that.
I think it makes me...
Well, it's like one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But the fact that, like, the money is raised, and for, like, I forget what they donated to, but it's, like, donation-based, and...
I wish she would have matched the donation or something.
It was just so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, then on November 17th, the Eras Tour opens in Brazil.
I have on the 16th that they randomly restocked some vinyl in her store.
Oh.
That's it.
Interesting.
It was up for about 30 seconds, and all the bots got everything.
Yeah, so of course, typical part for the course. Yeah. And in the opening night of Brazil, she sang Stay Beautiful and Suburban Legends. And this was also the night that Anna unfortunately passed away. Just a tough situation.
Yep. The next day, they postponed the show, like an hour before it started.
Yeah.
Or something. Allegedly, Taylor was trying to get it postponed the night before, like after she got off stage and said, like, I can't do this. And the venue refused. to let her do that, and I think they finally gave in when they realized it was going to be a much hotter day the following day.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it. Show is postponed.
And then November 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything other than the show?
Nope.
Okay. The surprise songs were Dancing with Our Hands Tied and Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Which most I would agree with. Most people assume that Bigger Than the Whole Sky was a tribute to Anna.
Really sweet.
And I would say, yeah, it probably was that.
And we probably wouldn't have heard her sing that.
I don't think she would have sung that. That to me is like in the same lines of like Soon You'll Get Better. Like it's just not a song she's gonna sing publicly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Dancing with Her Hands Tied, that was heartbreaking for me. I love that song.
Oh,
that was my favorite on Reputation. I was like, oh my god.
I love that song too.
She also that day she won 10 Billboard Music Awards.
Oh, nice, cool.
So top artist, top female artist, top Billboard 200 artist, top Hot 100 songwriter, top radio songs artist, top song sales artist, top Billboard Global 200 artist, top Billboard Global excluding something US artists.
I would love to know how many awards that woman has won this year.
Me too. Top country female artist and top selling song for Antihero.
Top country female artist? Come on.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Why is she winning that?
Speak Now, probably.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
Okay. And then November 20th, she has a show. And her heel broke at this show. And she was real life Barbie. Walking around.
Top 10 funniest thing that's ever happened.
I do think it was really funny. And the surprise songs were Me. And So It Goes. I will say, though, I'm really disappointed she didn't play Me on the piano.
No. Me deserves to be the pop icon that it is.
Okay.
And if you want to slow it down and make it sad, disagree.
Okay.
I love it. I'm sad that she sang Dancing with Her Hands Tied and Me were the two surprise songs I wanted. Like, that was, like, after... Well, okay, I also wanted a few others that she had already sang before my, like, last show that I went to. But I was like, I'm getting those two in Philly. I'm just getting them. Those are going to be my songs. And then she sang both of them in Rio de Janeiro. And I was like...
Got your ass to Brazil.
So funny.
And then after she sang So It Goes, I Did Something Bad becomes the only Reputation song left to sing.
So funny. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, fan fave, but I'm surprised she hasn't sang it yet.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna come with the announcement. But
probably. We'll see though, if she's resetting all of the surprise songs.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see.
And then I don't have anything written down between the shows in Brazil.
Well, for that same day, I have that. This is on the 20th. Netflix announces that the Rep Tour is leaving Netflix on December 30th.
I'm so mad about this.
Yeah.
If anyone knows how to get me a bootleg copy of that, allegedly, send it to me.
It's like shocking, I think, to me.
Like, what? I don't understand. And it's like, I don't understand, like, where. That was a Netflix exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, what. Like, Taylor Swift Productions made it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in partnership with Netflix. So I don't know if that, like. I wonder if there's an exclusivity clause, meaning it can't go anywhere else.
Probably. I think also Big Machine had a part in it too. So,
Right.
I don't know the legal parts of it, but it is kind of sad to know that, like, we may never get it.
If I could have one thing in this life, it would be a DVD box set of all her tours. Yeah,
again, like, the legal stuff, I don't know how that's probably really tricky.
But so annoying. I hate Big Machine.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Very cool.
Anyway, do you have anything else between November 20th and November 24th?
No.
Yeah, she was pretty quiet. So she's in Brazil again, Sao Paulo. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Night 1, she sings Now That We Don't Talk, which is rude. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now because the songs are reset. So, London night, whatever night I'm going, 4 or 5. Play that, thanks. And Innocent.
Which, now that I'm looking at, like, the song names, I'm like, Innocent, being about Kanye, Now That We Don't Talk. I don't know. Interesting combo.
It is an interesting combo, I agree.
I like it, though.
Yeah. I think her combos have been interesting all around.
Yeah, it's fun to, like, I feel like after we see, like, oh, she sang these 2 songs together, we're like, oh, duh. Like, of course they would go. Like,
they go
they
hand in
make
hand.
so much sense, but no one would have ever, like, thought it. And I often think, like, I should sit down and, like, come up with combos. That would be, like, crazy. Like, the ones that she comes up with.
We should do that.
I can't.
That could be an episode.
That's too much brain power, actually.
I lied. And then November's 26th, she sings Say Don't Go and It's Time to Go.
Well, the 25th.
Oh, I skipped. I'm sorry. The 25th, we got Safe and Sound and Untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
I like that combination.
Yeah. Yep.
And then 26th, Say Don't Go and It's Time to Go.
I love that. I love that combo.
I love it too.
Say Don't Go. It's time to go. Like,
I love it. And I love that she ended the year of touring with It's Time to Go.
yeah.
And the look on her face when she sang They've Got My Past frozen behind glass, but I've got me, sent me into oblivion.
It's just like watching all of her dreams come true.
Yeah.
Right before our eyes. It's really sweet to see.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that was the same day, so that was like her final show of the year, but that same day, Taylor Nation posted their Black Friday sale. And
which was a sick joke.
Yeah. And it's the same every year though. They just bring back all of the old merch that doesn't sell and sell it for, they're like up to 80% off, but it's really mostly all just like 10%.
Well, no, at first it was just the tour merch that was on sale.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to buy like all 5 pieces for it to actually be
true.
a sale.
Yeah, that's...
And then they did have actual stuff a few days later, but whatever. I can't talk about merch. It makes me mad. Anyway, on November 27th, Sis announces that the Eras Tour Extended Cut will be available for rent on her birthday. And we still have no respect for Cardigan. I'm not participating in this. Okay, I actually probably will participate in this, but it will be begrudgingly.
No, I'm not buying it. I saw the show. I see it every week on live stream.
I'm not participating in it.
There's no point. It's gonna end up on streaming.
Well, it better end up on streaming, and it's like...
This is a good alternative for people who don't go to the movie theaters.
I agree, but it's also like, can't we have just put it on streaming? How much more money do you need?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's how it feels like a money grab to me. I'm like, babe, you're a billionaire. Come on. Mm-hmm. We've spent lots of money this year. Yeah. It's like, here's my birthday gift to you. Spend money on me. Thank you. I don't know.
I wonder if, because she's not really using, like, as she said, the middleman, right? Like, I'm just wondering what prompted that decision to make
charge
it for rent and, like,
money.
I don't know.
It seems, and this is the thing, I think she intentionally saved the extended cut so people will feel the need to purchase again because they feel like they missed out, especially people that haven't seen the show. And then she's going to put it on streaming, and that's probably when Cardigan will be included.
Yeah.
Which feels icky to me.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of the pattern here.
Yeah. And then she landed in Kansas City that night.
Oh.
Very late. Right from Brazil.
Good for her.
Just a little tidbit. Because psychos on Twitter track her plane.
I don't like.
It's very weird and uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't need to know where she is at all times.
I completely agree. But we did see her there like a few days later, so that's the only reason why I even mentioned it.
Okay, the next day, I can't believe we're on November 28th already.
I know.
Spotify starts teasing stuff. They're posting billboards everywhere, all over the world, in like major cities with things that are like related to Taylor, and they're like, "Wait, can you guess what we're doing?" And you know, like the Easter egg people, God bless them, start putting things together and trying to figure out, because we're like, I mean, immediately my first thought too was people are like, what do they know? What are they doing? And I'm like, we know Wrapped is coming out soon. We know that she's probably the top artist of the year. Like, this has to be. And I think a lot of people put that together very quickly, that she was going to be like top artist.
And I also need to bring a reality check to the world of Taylor Swift Easter eggs. Taylor Swift is not using other people to drop Easter eggs. Spotify's not dropping Easter eggs for her. Spotify did that on their own because they know the culture or like what people were like freaking out. The Empire State Building posted about Reputation. What do they know? Nothing. The Empire State Building knows legitimately nothing. They're thirsty clout chasers that are posting for attention.
I have so many opinions about them. I'm not even gonna speak on it.
The Empire State Building needs to be...
But I think it is fun. Like, Spotify was encouraging you to look for Easter eggs. Like, I think they love that.
Right, it was Spotify's thing, not hers.
Right, yeah.
And I think we just need to, like, remember that she doesn't, like, when Taylor is creating Easter eggs and dropping them, she's not using her friends to drop them.
Right. And I mean, you can look at the thing like Spotify posted and be like, you can find the Easter eggs in it and think it's fun, but you also, I don't think they're gonna hide the Reputation date in there. But I don't think I saw anybody.
When it is.
They might. Who knows? Like,
they might, because
who knows?
They're, you know.
But it's like, I don't think I saw anyone looking for that in there though. I think it was just basically like a big fun puzzle.
Cute.
People
Which is,
having.
I love. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then on November 29th, she was announced as...
She also, Spotify also posted a, was it Spotify or Apple Music? I can't remember. I think it was Spotify. They made a snow globe playlist. I think it's literally called Snow Globe.
I saw this. This was cute.
And the description of the playlist is, we can leave the Christmas lights up till ... February? ? And like the last song...
Oh, no, I think that was Apple Music, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was one of the... yeah. But the very last song on the playlist is New Year's Day. And like the very first song was Cruel Summer or something. So people were freaking out. Like, February, where did they get that from? And like Taylor Nation was acting all sus on Twitter talking about it.
I could get on the train of she will announce Reputation in Tokyo in February.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very likely. I've been saying that for months. That it was February that we were going to get an announcement. So, yeah. That makes sense to me.
That's the kind of Easter egg I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, that's fun. And maybe that is, you know, other people participating in her Easter egg ring.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, on November 29th, she was named as Spotify's top global artist of 2023.
Shocker.
Yeah. And she released You're Losing Me on streaming as a reward.
That is a little thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Finally. Kind of crazy. She's like, I was trying to think of a way to thank you, and you've been asking me for this, so here you go. Like,
okay. Like, did you just decide that?
We've also been asking you for X, Y, Z.
Yeah. No. Can we talk about what else we've been asking you for?
And that's the one you pick? Just kidding. I wonder, like, if she wasn't the biggest streaming artist, like, when would she have given that to us? What would her excuse have? It would have just been like a random Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, here you go. So,
then November 30th, all hell breaks loose because Jack tells us that You're Losing Me was written.
I have this written. So this is on the same day because once You're Losing Me's on streaming, Jack posts about it.
Oh, it was the same day. Okay. He writes on Instagram. He says, You're Losing Me is out today. A very special track from the Midnight Sessions that's finally streaming. Written and recorded at home on 12/5/2021, right after Taylor ate these raisins. And she looks depressed as hell.
I think she's just counting her raisins. It's just such a funny photo.
Which concerns me. Why are you counting her raisins?
Why are you eating raisins?
No, that's the real answer is who eats raisins?
It's just so funny.
But like, what?
It's a funny picture. The fact that Jack posts, I don't know. So funny, but it sent the whole timeline into a frenzy because it was like, what do you mean it was written in 2021? Like, when you put it in perspective, Midnights came out at the end of 2022, okay? And then You're Losing Me wasn't even released until the following May. Like, right after the breakup announcement with Joe. And so we just put it together in our heads that she must have written it between, like, the Midnights and, like, the release of the announcement, and everyone's just like, oh my god, like, this is her statement, like, this is her way of saying, like, it's over, it's Jover. So I was convinced that You're Losing Me got written after the Grammys last year, because they were seen together looking quite miserable, and it just kind of seemed like, okay, this is our last public appearance, kind of after I didn't think that at the time, but like after we find out they broke up, like, it just seemed like things were on rocky terms, just from speculation and whatever. So that's just, like, my assumption of the timeline was around that time, but clearly... Yeah, it's crazy. There was trouble in paradise a lot longer than we thought. Yeah. Yeah, but, I don't know. Or it's not about him. Exactly. exactly. It's difficult to say for Jack to just throw that date out there and us like trying to piece together the timeline and being like, oh my god, like Taylor was miserable for all this time and like, you know, or maybe they broke it. Like it's.
I do believe that their relationship was more on and off again than we were aware of. Which obviously, why would we be aware of that? But the way she's always communicated to us about her relationships through music, and when you really listen to the music and the lyrics and you analyze them, it tells me that there was rocky waters.
Right, and she strategically made sure You're Losing Me came out after the breakup announcement.
Of course,
it was, like,
because
official.
it should have. It's not something that should come out before, I think.
Because if it came out before, I think it would have just put a whole new meaning on things for us. I think we would have just been confused. I don't know. Yeah, so I know there's a lot of like speculation about like when Midnights was actually like what it's actually about, because Taylor's saying that it's about all of these midnights throughout her life, and like,
which is kind of a cop out because most of the songs were written in 2021.
Oh no, they were, but
There was
a
few. Like I think Question is an older song.
I don't think any of them are older songs. I think they're just older feelings that she's trying to bring up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that was the original, like in her announcement
In the
of
concept.
the album Midnights. She was like, "Oh, these are songs about like these nights
Things
in my
that have kept me
life,"
up.
because she's been re-recording her own music and kind of like bringing up these old feelings, and her being like, "Oh, yeah, that was I should write another song about that kind of thing." That's at least what I got from it.
All right, which makes sense. Yeah, I would love to pick her brain about Midnights so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, just like I've said this before, track by track, who's this about?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a mix? Like, are some songs about multiple people? And multiple different, like again, like you're pulling feelings from multiple different relationships.
Right.
It's crazy. I just want to know so bad. Anyway. Also, on this day, Taylor attends the Renaissance Tour movie premiere, and we finally got a hair slide.
That was the next day.
Okay, well...
Hold on, wait, there's one more thing for the 29th.
Oh, well, yeah, because I had the...
Oh,
yeah,
right,
that's
you had
right,
the right,
yeah.
okay. So, on this day, too, so...
On the 29th.
In the time of all of us freaking out thinking about the timeline of You're Losing Me and being written, Taylor likes a tweet from a couple of years ago suggesting that Sweet Nothing was written about Paul McCartney and his wife.
Which is so strange.
Why do you think that's strange?
It's not... It's strange to me that she went back and liked that old tweet.
I don't think it's strange. I think she saw this scrambling because a lot of people were making the point of like, well, how could someone write Sweet Nothing and be so in love but also put You're Losing Me on the same album and like feel like that, and like, oh my god, she must have been like really hurting, or like, I don't know. I think people were just like scrambling. So she kind of just like fed us this little bit of like, so actually Sweet Nothing was not about me. Like this, you know what I mean?
Okay,
I think she was
that makes
trying
sense.
to hint at it being about
them.
Yeah, and it was like this very beautiful article just about like the lyrical parallels and how he and his wife like went to Wicklow, and like he was always writing poems.
I would love to, like, with this information, analyze that song and talk about that article.
Yeah,
that would be a fun episode.
Yeah, someone else had pointed out too that when she played Sweet Nothing, it was in Mexico City back in like August, and she played it in the stadium that Mexico City built so that Paul McCartney could play there.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that kind of like brings it back full circle.
Her relationship with Paul McCartney.
It's really sweet.
Really sweet.
Yeah, but apparently they just didn't have a venue big enough in that city for like big artists to play there.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted to go play, and the whatever the government there or whatever kind of just decided to build.
Yeah, I wonder if he helped fund it.
And he was like the first person to play there and
That's
everything.
really cool.
And that's where she sang Sweet Nothing. And I love how like no one really put that together until like she liked that tweet, and it's just like,
yeah, that's really cool.
it was like a thing for her, you know, to realize that she sang it then. And
yeah, I would like to look more into this
yeah
topic here. Okay, so the next day, November 30th, Taylor attends the Renaissance Tour movie, and we finally got a hair slide. That's what I have right now. I am obsessed with this look.
Bring back the side part. Makes me feel better about my side part.
The dress is a slay. I love that it's reminiscent of the Renaissance Tour. It's just like giving the vibes of what. I just love it.
She hit the mark on that one. I think she matched the theme really well. I was so shocked to see her out there because Beyonce had 2 premieres for this. She had one in LA or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this was the second one, and so there was like articles like, oh, Taylor didn't go to Beyonce's premiere, and I was like, oh, darn. But she was also, I think, in Brazil at the time.
Okay.
And it was like a much smaller thing, but she pops up in London.
There you go, go on.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know there was going to be a second premiere, but...
I did think it was strange that it was held in London, so that makes sense that it was the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Go off, girly pop. I wonder if maybe she was supposed to go, but her timelines got pushed in Brazil. Well, I guess the second half of Brazil didn't get pushed.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. And then, also, on November 30th, we get a tweet from Trey calling out Dumois, which is honestly...
It was so funny.
It's been a while since Trey's had to put somebody in their place on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I can't stand Dumois. I've talked about this many times. I think Dumois is a sewer rat, and the trash takes itself out in its own time, you know?
Yeah, it's difficult. I love gossip.
I love gossip too, but I don't like gossip that's not true.
But it's difficult. To an extent, like, a lot of gossip isn't true, like, period, true. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Dumois just takes it to a level that's just kind of insane.
She just will post literally anything, and it's irresponsible with a platform that large.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. And I don't want to sound like I'm defending Dumois, but it is, like, I feel like a lot of her submissions are just, like, random ass people that are like, I saw this person somewhere. And it's like, okay.
And I agree, and I don't care when she shares harmless things like that, that's fine. But when we start speculating about deep things in people's lives, that's where it goes too far for me.
Yeah.
When she's sharing things about deeply personal things that aren't topics for the internet to be discussing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and she's just been on this thing for years about how Taylor and Joe got married in secret and blah, blah, blah.
And which even that rumor to me isn't that big of a deal. But it's like, it is odd that this is the straw that broke the camel's back, but I think it was exactly that. The straw that broke the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
There was even earlier that week, there was many things posted about her. And speculations that were too dark.
And it just sucks because she is, like, the biggest, most talked about artist, and Dumois knows what's going to get, like, clicks and stuff.
100%.
So Tree just had to come in and be like, enough is enough. Please stop. This is a lie. And you're an idiot.
Yeah, so what exactly was posted was Dumois posted a message on her story, and it says, I think Swifties need a reminder that just because Taylor wrote a sad song about Joe in December 21 doesn't mean that they broke up at that time, or that she was unhappy for all of 2022/2023. Anyone who's been in a long-term relationship will tell you there's highs and lows. She could have written it during an argument and it was over the next day. She's Taylor Swift. She's always writing songs. I think people need to realize that Jack Antonoff has a quirky personality, and him making faces does not equal him hating Joe Alwyn. He has a resting silly face, and that is who he is. Of all her friends, he still follows the guy. And finally, people need to stop trying to rewrite history. She was seen with Joe on and off all the way into 2023. She made a specific reference to the length of the relationship in Glitch that strongly implies a continuous 6-year relationship, 2,190 days. Even you, Dumois, is now trying to claim that you thought they were on a break in 2023 when you were maintaining that they were secretly married until after they broke up. LOL. The relationship clearly has cracks, as evidenced in the same songs, but in some songs, but there's zero proof that they actually broke up a year before we knew, as some are trying to claim. And then Dumois posted this message, and then she wrote her own lyric, like writing on top of this, and she said, this is what Dumois said. She did have a ceremony in either 2020 or 2021 in the UK that was described to me as a marriage by more than one person. It was never made legal. I will die on this hill. Which, babe, that's where you made your mistake legally. Adding that text over. Like, this is the thing, is Dumois, like, teeters the line of, like, getting sued for defamation. And normally, I don't know that Taylor has a case for defamation here, to be honest. Because it's pretty hard to win a defamation case as a celebrity. But we learned in the Johnny Depp trial that you can be sued when you add your own opinion. Mm-hmm. And her writing this on top is her adding her opinion. And saying that that's the hill that you'll die on was a bad move, because Trey will kill you on that hill.
But, like, the thing is, I feel like publicists don't really speak out against Dumois ever, and so she probably didn't see that there was going to be any kind of, like...
Yeah, no, she didn't think anyone was going to say anything.
And if you truly believe it to your core that you're right, and it's like, what are you going to sue me for if I'm right? You know what I mean? Because I do believe that she actually thinks these things.
Right. But the thing is Tree would have never come out and made this statement if it wasn't a definitive, not true statement. You know what I mean?
Totally, but she still thinks she's right. You know,
right.
So that's where she's like, if multiple people have told me, it's got to be true.
Right. And this is what Tree said. So Tree reposted that story, like a screenshot, and said, "Enough is enough with these fabricated lies about Taylor from Dumois. There was never a marriage or ceremony of any kind. This is an insane thing to post. It's time for you to be held accountable with the pain and trauma you cause with posts like these." And this was posted at like 11 p.m. London time.
Oh.
So I'm like, is she like sitting up reading Dumois and like upset and like...
Well, I don't know. Was she asleep? Because I screenshotted these things at midnight our time.
Oh.
So I don't know.
So maybe I was just basing that off of what somebody else said. Midnight our time is not 11 p.m. London time.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's the timing is weird because Tree was in London with her.
Yeah, but Dumois clapped back at that.
Yeah.
And we're like, I'm not lying. I don't make money from lying.
And you do. She's brave to take on Tree and Taylor.
It's just so stupid. It's like so stupid and I can't get over it. And that's why I'm so sick of like, as a fan, I don't even want to talk about her relationship with anybody because I just don't think it's up for us to debate anything or speculate anything. And if it's a public thing, if she's like running into the arms of Travis Kelce and kissing him after a show, we can look at that and be like, oh, that was public, that's cute, that's fun, we can talk about it. But then it's like when you get to the point of, even if she was still in a relationship with Joe, like then speculating and being like, I think she's married, or like I think they're gonna get engaged. Like I just hate that.
Yeah. And
if it's not public and it didn't happen, if you didn't see it happen, it's just like, please stop talking about it.
For me, I think the speculating about the music is fun. I think, like, analyzing the things that she writes and maybe trying to relate it back to a relationship doesn't really bother me. I actually, like, I think that's fine, personally. Which, we don't have to agree about it. It's okay if you think differently, but...
Yeah.
I think that is okay. I think it's, like you said, when we're going into the, like, oh, they're definitely married. Oh, they're definitely not. Oh, they definitely... like, she wants to have his children. No, she doesn't. Like, that is where it's, like, too far for me. I think, like, obviously, she writes the music, and it is a glimpse into her relationship. And I think anything that she didn't want us to know, she wouldn't put it in a song.
Yeah,
so I think it's okay when we're analyzing the music and, like, using that to, like, kind of, like, just think about the relationship, whatever. I don't think that that's that big of a deal. But I do think that people take it too far.
Agreed. I try to kind of put it from my perspective and picture like me doing something similar and how thinking about the way people would respond and talk about me in that way.
Right.
Like if I'm posting something on my Instagram story, if someone wants to sit there and like analyze my life and think about like, oh my god, like where was she, you know, that kind of thing, it's like, that's fine, that's cool. I want to be a little mysterious. Maybe she wants to be like that and like give us little hints toward things and whatever, and we can talk about that. But then it's like, I don't know, if I were in a relationship and then the thought of someone like talking about me in those like vulgar ways just like freaks me out.
Oh well,
and it's
yeah,
just, like,
of course when it's vulgar that's not acceptable.
and that's just kind of,
but I think it's like, for me, I guess it's like speculating like, oh, do I think this song's about Joe or Harry is not a big deal.
No, that's different. Yeah. Because
but yeah, when we're getting, it's just there's a line there and people don't understand when enough is enough and too far is too far.
Agreed.
And I think that the situation is just a lot.
Yeah. So.
And it makes me sad that the stuff that Dumois is affecting her.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, again, there's probably so many emotions there that we don't even know that.
And I think it's, like I said, like, is Dumois speculating that her and Joe married that serious? Probably not, but it just seems like it was the straw that broke the camel's back with her.
For sure. So, that's that. It's been a really long month.
It's been a long freaking month, and I'm hoping... I think December will probably be a little more chill. We got the holidays. We do have her birthday, so, you know, she loves to be chaotic.
We'll see. Yeah.
But I have a feeling December and January are gonna be pretty chill.
Probably. I hope she lays a little low.
Yeah, just a few outings here and there. I like her going to Travis's games. It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be a pretty chill month.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And then back on tour we go. Back to work. Boots on the ground, reporting.
And then we're gonna have, I think, a couple months of tour.
A couple months, yeah. February.
To like April or something.
Yeah, and then we're off again for a little bit, and then right back at it in June.
Yeah. So excited.
So exciting. Alrighty. Well, we will talk to you soon.
Yay.
Alright, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.